We're talking about Bryan Callen, a very busy man. He's had memorable roles in television, film, including The Hangover, branched into the world of podcasting, which he does a lot. And, of course, he's a stand-up superstar. He's performing at Yuck Yucks this weekend. We're excited that you've come by again, Bryan.
I'm a stand-up superstar.
I
love hearing that.
You are a stand-up superstar.
Look at that beard. Man, what a man. I just caught a glimpse of myself in the...
And you're slender.
Yeah, well, I live close to the bone. I'm an athlete.
Are you? What do you do to work out?
When I'm not doing stand-up, I like to haul sand in a circle, run hills.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, man stuff.
Man
fight,
stuff.
roll around with guys in a cage. Where's my camera? Right there? Look at the intensity of my eyes.
You can have whatever camera you want.
My voice is so gravelly and deep.
It is, because it's 7:14.
I look so tired. Hey, who's the 63-year-old? I didn't know I turned 63. That's so weird.
No, you look good.
Thank you.
Let's talk about podcasting, because you podcast. You are a prolific podcaster.
Yes, I am. I have the Bryan Callen Show, which is my personal podcast I like, because what I'll do is I'll read some author's book. And a lot of times it's like a Pulitzer Prize winning author, and nobody, you know, he's sitting in a room writing, and so I'll read the book, call him up, or email him, and they come on my podcast.
And that surprises you?
Well, kind of. I get to talk to these insanely smart people who write these amazing books, and they talk to me for an hour, and that's how I spend my day. And then on the off days, I interview a comedian, which is, you know, funny and always silly.
But talk about, you read the books, you do the homework, you do all the things you're supposed to do as a good interviewer.
Yeah, I just read an incredible book called Merchants of Doubt, and another book called Moonwalking with Einstein, which is a guy who's a science writer who won the American Memory Championships. He just learned how to have the best memory, even though he has an average memory. And he came on the podcast and talked about how you become a world-class memory expert.
How do you?
It's something I'd never have a conversation. There's a technique that goes back literally 5,000 years called the memory palace, where you associate an image and a name and an action to the word. So these guys can memorize 3,000, the order of 3,000 plus ones and zeros in less than 15 minutes.
Have you tried to put this to work for you?
I have not.
You have not? Now, we had a little chat before we went on air, and you said you'd rather do podcasting than, you know, movies.
Well, I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
In a way, though, like I have the 10-minute podcast with Will Sasso and Chris D'Elia, right? I get paid now. We're getting sponsored, which is hilarious. It's three 11-year-olds in a treehouse just talking and trying to make each other laugh and just trying to riff on each other. And that's much easier than when you're sitting in a trailer in the middle of nowhere waiting for your shot to come up.
Yeah, but the ultimate result of your shot is that people see you on a giant screen and they're like, "Hey, you're the guy from The Hangover," or as it were, from a new movie called...
The guy from The Hangovers.
Hangovers, sorry. And then the guy from a new thing called Ride Along.
Yes, that's going to be a big movie. That was fun for me because I got to work with Lawrence Fishburne and Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. And especially, oh, there I am. There he is.
Were you a little bit afraid of Ice Cube? Because I feel that I would be.
We did the reading, and he came up to me, and he said he was so nice to me right away. And that's the second movie I've done with Kevin Hart, so he's a friend of mine. But yeah, you always think of Ice as being this kind of tough guy. And he's quite the opposite. He's actually worth like $150 million.
Right.
He's this huge producer. I would text him and try to get him to come out. He never came out, not once. I mean, hang on, with Lawrence Fishburne, we'd always go out, and you know, you could never get Ice Cube out. You couldn't even get him out of his trailer. He was always working. He's one of those like moguls who never will go out.
He just rolls on his own.
Yeah, he'll pretend to go out, but he's just like all business.
Okay, so you're playing Yuck Yucks this weekend. I want to mention that you're very gracious because we have Harlan Williams coming on in just a little bit, playing at the Laugh Shop. So you guys aren't about to fight each other, though.
No, he's one of the funniest comics. Look, come to the show. You know, Calgary's always good to me. I sell really well here. It's a lot of fun. But you have to see Harlan Williams as well.
Well, you can easily do both.
Yeah. But
right?
Harlan Williams is one of those guys, one of those rare comics among, you know, there are very few comics like Harlan Williams as far as being able to put out that kind of power and be that funny for that long. So that's my advertisement for Harlan Williams. That's how much
Bryan's
I like Harlan
advertisement for his show, which, by the way, kicks off tonight through Saturday at Yuck Yucks at the Elbow River Casino. You can stay as long as you want,
really?
By the way. Yeah,
Harlan got up and did my act one time at the Laugh Factory, the funniest thing in the world, because he liked what I was doing, and he goes, "That's so funny," and he went up and just started doing the Butter Police.
Can you stay? Like, can we do some comedy crossover?
I think we should do it.
Does he have to leave?
Oh wait, We're talking to my people.
All right, we're gonna talk to Bryan's. We're gonna. Okay, good. We're talking to Bryan's people. Bryan's gonna stick around.